Okay, we have a graph here. The first thing is how to understand that it is a graph with trends. What are trends? Trends are changes over time. Changes. What is change? The price of something is increasing or decreasing and all that. Over time. What is over time? 2010 to 2020, 2005 to 2015. Okay, now we've got this thing here, right? This is the book, academic writing book, and we've got this thing here. Now let's just read it together. The graph shows data. In actual exam, it will be given like this. This sentence will be given. The graph shows data about the annual earnings of 3 bakeries in London 2010 to 2000 to 2010. Now you understand there is data about the annual earning of 3 bakeries, and they've mentioned the years 2010 to 2000 to 2010. So when there is a time period, now what is that time period? It's a 10-year time period, 2000 to 2010. So we call it graph with trends. If they only write 2000 and 2010, try to understand the difference. From 2000 to 2010, it means all inclusive. And yes, continues. It continues. And if they say 2010 or 2000 and 2010, that is called comparative graph, where data does not move. Next week we will study that, by the way. Next week we will study it. That is called comparative graph, where they give you the value of 2000 and the value of 2010, and you're going to compare. That is comparative. When the data moves, when the years are continuous, we call it graph with a trend. So graph shows data about annual earnings of 3 bakeries in London 2000 to 2010. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features. By the way, in your actual exam, these charts are going to be in color form. They are black and white because this book is black and white, okay? But in actual exam, all the graphs, they are going to be in color, full color, so you can easily understand that, right? So you can see this here, the names of bakeries. One is Bernie's Buns. Can you see on the right side? Bernie's Buns, Lovely Loaves, and Robbie's Bakery. And down there we've got years, yearly income, and all that. So the top trend, like the first one is Bernie's Bun, second is Lovely Loaves, and the last one is Robbie's Bakery. Okay, you can see this all in color, right? Okay, now we go through this report. Please come to page number 84. Now you have to move between two pages, 79 and 84. So hold it like this. Hold it like this. 79, 84, 79, 84. Okay, so on page 84, we've got this model answer. Found it? Okay, let's see how to start and all that. The graph shows information about, this is what you can copy. The graph shows information about the amount of money which was earned by 3 bakeries in London. See that? Instead of writing the names of bakeries, you will write amount of money which was earned by 3 bakeries in London over a 10-year period between 2000 and 2010. When you go through these units, they will teach you all these things. Between 2000 and 2010, from 2000 to 2010, and all these phrases. This unit is full of all these things. That is why I recommend you to read unit number 7. Okay? Alright, so this is the first paragraph. That's it. Nothing special. It's basically the rewording of the title. As they've written title here, this is the rewording of that title. Now we've got the first paragraph, the second paragraph. Second paragraph is called overview of your report. In overview, you're going to tell us the overall thing, like which bakery got the highest amount, which bakery earned the lowest amount, were there any noticeable changes. So when you write overview, you can start it by writing overall and comma. Overall, what stands out from the graph is that, you can copy this sentence for your overview. Overall, what stands out from the graph is that there were considerable upward trends in the income of both Bernie's Buns and Robbie's Bakery. So 2 bakeries, Their sale from 2000 to 2010 increased. So we use the word considerable upward trends. And again, I'm telling you, unit number 7 will teach you all the vocabulary, phrases, and all that. That's why you need to go through that. While the earnings of Lovely Loaves saw a considerable fall, you need to use such type of words. Considerable fall means too much low income, right? Considerable fall. Okay. Considerable fall over the period in question. Now, instead of using 10 years, we use the word over the period in question. Period in question means the period we are talking about. Period in question means 2000 to 2010. So you don't need to repeat it again and again from 2000 to 2010, then second, third, fourth time. Next, another interesting point is that, underline it and use it in your report. Another interesting point is that Lovely Loaves was the most popular bakery in 2000. Now see that in 2000, the bakery with highest sales, you will say that was the most popular bakery. But in 2010, Robbie's bakery earned more money than the others. Okay, so like this you will write. And one more thing you can see, after 2000, 2010, they've given a dot, a full stop. So you can just copy that as well. Now we will talk about all these bakeries in details. Now remember, the bakery, the sales of a bakery that increased too much, we will talk about it first. Then the second important one, and then the last one, right? So looking at the details, and you can copy this when you're starting. This is called body of your report. So when you're starting the body of your report, you can write looking at the details, comma, as regards Bernie's buns, income started at 20,000 in 2000. If you go back, you can see 20,000, the lowest one. Okay, 20,000 in 2000. Then there was a fluctuation. Now these words are important. And again, you will learn these words from this unit. Fluctuation. Fluctuation over the next 3 years, at which point it leveled off. Level off means to reach a point and then stay there. When the prices level off, it means they remain unchanged. It leveled off at just under 40,000 until 2006. Then the figure went up significantly. If you come back and see, figure went up significantly means the sales went. For sales, they use the word figure. So you need to use a lot of synonyms to get good bench score. If you write sales went up, sales decreased, sales this, sales that, you will get low bench score. But if you say sales increased, income increased, figures went up, you will get good bench score. Figures went up significantly, finishing at around 65,000 in 2010. You can check that. Around 65. Around means approximately. If we look at Robbie's bakery, now we are talking about second bakery. If we look at Robbie's bakery, the trend was similar. Similar means sales went up, having remained stable at approximately 55,000 in the first half of the decade. How many years do we have in a decade? 10. So first half of the decade means 5 years, right? First half of the decade, income then rose sharply. Rose is the second form of rise, reaching nearly 100,000 in 2008. There was then a gradual rise to around 105,000 in 2010. Now, two bakeries and their sales increased. We put them in one paragraph. And one bakery, its sale decreased. If you come back, can you see? In 2000, 80,000 it starts and then it comes down, down, down and all that. So, by contrast, the income of Lovely Loaves went in the opposite direction. Takings fluctuated. What is takings? Earnings. Well done. So for taking, earning, income and all that. Takings fluctuated around 90,000 until 2004. After that, despite falling sharply to just over 40,000 in 2008, the figure then leveled off in the last 2 years. Come back and see. Last 2 years and figures leveled off. 2008 to 2010. Okay. So like this, when you read unit number 7 completely. By the way, unit number 7 starts from page number 79. And it finishes at page number 90. 79 to 90. How many pages? 11 pages only. So you have to read them carefully with good understanding. And if there is vocabulary learning, you need to just learn that all. Okay, got it? Good.